Gateway to Skytip. Yeah, but you thank you. Return to keys to gateway. Yeah, fucking I got it. I don't have the time for this, you fucking asshole. This is the place, right? Oh no. I need to go through the black door. Reading the manga, but I'm about where the anime is. Ah, okay. I see. Can I just, like... Shit, I overshot it. Can you go away? Wait, is it? No, it's that door. I'm a fucking moron, that's my problem. They've cut a little bit so far, but they're making up for it by pacing out the emotional beats better. Every spell against a dragon hits so much harder in the anime. Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah. No fucking duh. Okay, we're in the poisoned bog. Looking for a poisoned frog. Fucking, is it underwater? It's underwater again. All of these fuckers are underwater. I hope the game shows me how many keys I already have. Does it not? Well, fuck you then. Alright. So that was the poisoned bog. Dungeon. The dungeon. That's the cache. Portal chamber. Save station. The crypt. There's the dungeon. Okay. So we gotta... shit. Is there an elevator? No, there isn't an elevator. I have to go to the light world. Go down and then go through a portal down there. Okay. But save station first. I saw that the, oh, whoops. I saw that the English dub, apparently, of Witch Hat Atelier is actually pretty good. I am watching it in Japanese, because I'm a fucking weeb, obviously, but, like, from what I've seen and heard, it's actually not half bad. But yeah, I'll most likely have to read the manga, honestly. Ah, okay, we made it back here. Which is good because I need to get through that portal anyway. Oh, whoops. Somehow I made that, what the fuck? It's like a pinpoint landing, holy shit. There's not a lot of dubs that I like to watch. The only thing that I'm like doing sometimes is like rewatching shows I've already seen with like a German dub or something, because the German dubs usually are like pretty funny. Like I'm watching JoJo, for example, and the German dub there is like fucking hilarious. Okay, so that elevator that takes me to the temple grounds. I believe... No. Which one takes me... That one takes me downstairs. Right, so I gotta go back to the big room. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. shit. English dubs are really good, like Yuri on Ice. That, yeah, I've heard that as well. There's some that are pretty decent. Most of my talk of like, oh, dub bad is pretty much from like, you know, back in the day when dubs were just like collectively dog shit. We're definitely like in way better times in regards to that these days, honestly. Like there are plenty of good English dubs of anime. I still prefer watching it in Japanese. I don't know. I feel like it just works better for the medium. Like obviously also aside from the fact that I'm a weeb. But like I don't know. I feel like it's more like I would watch like a Chinese movie in Chinese as well with subtitles, right? Because I usually I guess usually it's less, maybe like less of a thing about the dub itself and more so about the fact that like I hate it when like subtitles or dialogue is mismatched, right? Like you have that a lot with German movies, or sorry, you have that a lot with movies that have been like translated into German. I don't know, ever since I've like learned to speak proper English, which is like a long time ago already, I guess, but like ever since I've learned it, I've always felt like watching movies with German dubs is so annoying. Just like it's weirdly distracting, I suppose. But yeah, like I said, like I think from what I've seen, Witch Hat Atelier's dub is pretty sick. Like with anime, it doesn't matter anyway, because like usually the voice acting doesn't match anyway, right? It's just like they are just flapping their mouth, so it doesn't really matter. But like if it's like live action movies or something, it bothers the fuck out of me. Okay. So there's a portal over there. There's also a portal down there. I'm pretty sure. Okay, yeah, no, that's the crypt. The dungeon is over there. I should check in the crypt as well, though, because there was some stuff there, too. I'm gonna go save first, though. Can handle some dubbing. Well, hold on. Not matching lip flaps, but it's really only old Japanese monster movies that do that I watch. Yeah. Like I said, for me, it's like if it's genuinely just like an anime, like lip flapping and whatever, I can usually stand to watch it in whatever dub. Watch a lot of short Chinese drama videos. And what kills me is when it's set in a specific era of Chinese history, but all the characters get Western names. What? I'm sorry. You mean there wasn't a Jeremy? There wasn't a Jeremy in ancient China? It's crazy talk. Oh, okay. Get out of here. Was this the one with the... No, I think it was actually the dungeon that had the, the funny... We're an Imperial trying to wise the protagonist's name Alice Waterford and the ML Michael Stone. It's so the white people watch it. Cause they don't like Chinese names. I will say though, I've read like a lot of like manhwa. Like as in sorry. I've read a lot of Chinese comics. And sometimes it gets really difficult to remember the names, especially if you're reading like multiple series at the same time. And every series always has a Jade Beauty, so you're like, ah, well, you know, fuck. Is it that? It's down here again, isn't it? Oh, for a change, it isn't. But where? Not the Jade Beauty from the beautiful Jade Pavilion. Also, a lot of these shows also have the same issue as like most manga and most like Korean things, where they will just like, it's just all the same shit, really. Like, you know how every like Korean manhwa was trying to do solo leveling. Oh, this is the crypt. This is actually not the thing that I'm... The dungeon is two further actually. But that, it doesn't matter, because I kind of want to go back here anyway. There was this one that I was reading where the dude was doing nothing but like meditating the entire series to be able to become the strongest and save the future from dying. And it was like it was the stupidest bullshit ever, honestly. Like, not even joking. It was the dumbest fucking shit I've ever read, because it was like, yes, the future. The future. I must save it by training, but only actually, sorry, not training for real, actually. I'm only gonna meditate for 100,000 years. And so like every time the dude went to the future, all he would do is go like, ah, okay, I'm looking up this guy and that guy, and I'm like, okay, these guys are strong, but I can't beat these guys because I'm not that strong. And then he would like just go cultivate and go fucking meditate for like 100 years, and then he'd be the strongest again. And it's like, it was that rinse repeat every single fucking arc. And I was like, okay, bro, can we chill? Can we do something new? There was one that I really liked actually for a long time, and maybe I should get back into, which is called Peerless Dad, which is also pretty sick. I liked it a lot. But then it also just became like confusing with all the characters and whatever. What else is there? I feel like what I see a lot these days is these like, I got reincarnated into my fantasy novel as the villainess. Are you fucked? Can I not get in here? For eel? Well. Ever have many cultivation stories? I read more villainous stories. I think that's what I'm talking about, actually. Are those, like, good? To be fair, Western comics and drama shows are the exact same. It's very true. It's very true. I feel like I just, like, don't interact with that a lot because, like, a lot of it isn't really to my interest. But, like, I do agree. Like, it's probably just a thing that, like, it just happens. Like, everybody always copies the popular thing. There's some very good villainous stories and some very, very bad ones. I've just heard from, like, a few people who've, like, checked them out that a lot of them, they have the same issue, is just that they're super, super samey and it's always the same shit. Which, to be fair, you can say that to any genre, though, because, like, look at how many dog water, like, shonen harem anime there are that are, like, the exact same cookie cutter shit, and nobody ever tries anything new or anything cool. Okay, so that one is the dungeon, and there is, like, a portal there, so I can probably just... I mean, like I said, you know, like, I'm not gonna mock... I mean, I am gonna mock those stories. I also mock fucking shonen battle anime. I feel like sometimes the best stories are the ones that are, like, either first or the ones that, like, are the first to actually break the mold again. But then it's funny because those always spawn a bunch of similar stories like that, so it's like, it's kind of funny how that works out. All right, hold on. Just go through here and then the one I really like. Father, I don't want this marriage. Villains are destined to die, and I've become a true villainess. The one within the villainess was also very good, and I'm excited for the anime coming out. Within the villainess, that sounds more like a different kind of story, if you know what I'm saying. I don't know. Those are more like shoujo shit. I don't really care much about shoujo shit, so it's not so much my... Well, I guess maybe it's not that I don't care about shoujo shit, but like these romancy, like I get teleported into my visual novel type things are not so much my cup of tea. Except that one, that the Greatest Estate developer, that one's fucking hilarious. And the funny part is it does a lot of the like overpowered character bullshit as well. But somehow it's like almost endearing when they do it. Is there like, what am I? Well, it's supposed to be here, right? Can you fucking chill? Oh, there it is. Oh no, that's not it. What am I looking at? Bright light, you say? Idiot. I'm just trying to find this fucking little bastard. There he is. I really wish... Did we... How many keys did we get? Does it not actually tell me? Inventory. Miscellaneous. Dark Temple keys. Sky... No. Sky Temple keys. Okay, so we got that one key in the hive. So that's good. We've got 3 and 4. I'm assuming we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. Yeah, okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. So the next one we have to get. The next one after that we don't, or we shouldn't have to get. If I'm not entirely wrong. My hot villainous manhwa take is the remarried empress and the villainous turns the hourglass are both mid. Yeah, see, I don't know what those are. But I believe you. Because most of these things are fucking mid. Like, don't even misunderstand, right? Like, it's the same shit with a lot of whoops. A lot of the shonen shit that I've watched. It's just like the most bland stuff ever. And I liked solo leveling the manhwa. I liked that one because it was like cool and it was kind of the first time that I've read like a story like that. However, there's so many of it at this point that I'm just like, man, maybe solo leveling wasn't that good. But then I look back at the manhwa solo leveling, not the anime, and then I think to myself, like, no, actually, it kind of was that good. Like, it was enjoyable to read. Richards. And it's like, I don't know. It's just one of those things where, like, the fact that there's so many of them has, like, soured your mood to the original, even though the original was doing it really well. The problem is just that, like, afterwards you got, like, 13 billion dumbasses who thought, like, oh, hey, if we do a story like this, it'll sell like hotcakes. And then it does because people actually buy that shit. Let me see. So I should be able to just go back from here, right? I think if I just go here. Yeah. Biggest problem with so many manhwa and webtoons drag on way too long. That's another one. That's another one. They go for like 40 million fucking chapters. I think the issue is that they feel like if it ends, they're not gonna make any money off of it anymore. But it's like, bro, if you just do something new, you might make money off of that as well. Like, don't even trip, you know? Just do more. People will read it based on the author alone at this point. For a while anyway. Sometimes they'll just, like, get tired of it then and then don't not read it anymore, but fucking, that's the risk you run, I guess, when you make a thing. Both of those series are really popular, and I liked them both at first, but they kind of shit the bed and the longer they went on. Yeah, like I said, there's also the inverse problem where the series is clearly setting up for a longer term story but gets canceled. 100 chapters in, the story ends up neutered. Yeah, yeah. I mean both, right? Like, you always have both things. I don't know. It's like one of those things as well, like why so many manga and I guess manga endings end up sucking, I think, is because on one hand, it's often like not necessarily the author's vision at the end anymore, specifically with like Shonen Jump shit where they get like literally forced into having to do like 13 billion chapters, right? Except Oda, he loves that shit. He's just doing it for the fucking fun of it. Or again, like the opposite thing. And then you get these like either rushed endings or kind of like shitty endings where the author is so tired of the series already that he's just like, yep, you know what? Get him out of here. Get this fucker out of here. I still feel like Chainsaw Man, the way it ended, wasn't necessarily because that's how the author wanted it to end. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm tripping, but I feel like that might be the case. Okay. Ing Hive we're going. So I believe the Ing Hive should be Ing Hive should be this, yeah. Okay. I haven't caught on Chainsaw Man yet. I stopped reading it because part 2 was so fucking boring to me. Genuinely. And then I just read the last chapter, or the final chapter, and I was like, you know what? I feel like I didn't miss anything. I literally felt like I didn't miss anything. Alright. Now let's see. We gotta check where we gotta go here. Hive entrance and Hive Dynamo works. Okay. Okay, Hive Dynamo works is right over there, so we should definitely just go there right now. Well, actually, no, that's the one we already got. So we gotta go to the Hive entrance. It's all the way down here. Can I just make that? I guess I would have to find a portal first, but like I feel like I should be able to just make that, right? Well, let's go for now. My Hero Academy, people really didn't like the ending. Jujutsu Kaisen, people didn't really like the ending. And people not liking it doesn't mean it's a bad ending. Like, for example, once again, I felt like, while I think the Chainsaw Man ending is kind of shitty, I also think it's kind of fitting. Yeah, there's a portal over there, and then I can take the elevator there, so I just gotta go straight and then right. Can I make that jump, or do I have to actually use the thing? Oh, would you look at that? And then after this, it's only the Sky Temple area. I guess, I don't know if we're gonna be able to beat this today, but like, I feel like we're moving in the correct direction for that. There is a save. I'm gonna save just in case. I've almost got full health, but, you know. The thing about, like, My Hero Academia as well, like, I stopped caring after a while. It was also, like, I felt it was going on for too long. And after the whole, like, oh, my 7 quirks shit, it was just not the same. A lot of Japanese, but I feel like maybe a lot of Asian stories in general have this weird thing where, like, they feel as though they have to make the main character, like, overpowered or make him some kind of special dude. I didn't know how I felt about it at first with Gear 5th. I was kind of into it, and then I kind of, like, thought about it, and I was like, I don't know, that's not really, like, that's not usually how they do things. But then I'm still kind of into it because I just fuck with Gear 5 so hard. And I feel like it works. I feel like thematically it works that Luffy gets to be Joy Boy. He shared his bizarre cover I just stumbled across in the Batman. Okay, hold on. I want to see this. Okay. Oh, I was gonna do the funny, but what the fuck? Hold on, I'm gonna show that on stream in a second. This is supposed to be Jim Gordon. The slutty waist having Batman is supposed to be Jim Gordon. Old dad bod Jim Gordon. Oh my god, what the fuck? That is... What is that? Why is there like a mech in the background? What the fuck is happening? Scott Snyder, what the fuck were you doing? You weird ass motherfucker. Livestream didn't cut out this time when I opened Discord. I think sometimes it's just kind of fucky. I don't know what to tell you. God damn. That was a big sneeze. Okay. Can I make it to the entrance? Can. I believe. Yes. I just have to keep going. Well, maybe Jim Gordon just got into shape and became like a bat twink of sorts. Batman arc is supposed to be another Bruce dies, so someone else takes over as Batman for a while, and the mech is Gordon piloting while wearing slutty Batman suit. I'm telling you, he lost some weight. Good for him. Just started working out, you know? Started slut maxing. Let a guy be a guy, Jesus.